Welcome back to part 2 of testing viral healthy TikTok meals. And I have to say, the first round set the bar pretty high. So today I'm back with more recipes that are meant to be easy filling and genuinely useful for midweek meals. Just like before, healthy means something different to everyone. So the focus here is meals that are high in protein and/or fiber, nutrient dense and realistic for a normal week. So let's see if this round delivers something you'll actually want to make again and again. The first recipe I'm going to be testing out is for a cottage cheese breakfast wrap, and this video has over 25.6 million views. So in the video I saw, she didn't actually show you how to make the cottage cheese wrap. She just kind of showed you spreading it on and then putting it in the oven. But then I did find a video that did show you the entire recipe, so we're going to be using that one. Okay, so 227 grams of cottage cheese goes into a blender. I'm using the good cottage cheese. This is the only one that I found I like so far. As you guys know, not a big fan of cottage cheese. See, look how creamy it is. It's not wet and chunky like most of them. I mean, it's a little bit chunky. Then she adds 2 eggs. And then she just seasons it, so adding in some salt. Feels like a good amount. Some black pepper. You want to know how my husband described me this morning? Like a bull in a china shop. I take offense. And then she adds some everything bagel seasoning. And so I actually have some here that I've made myself. So it's a mixture of sesame seeds, salt, poppy seeds, and something else. I can't even remember. Let's sprinkle that in. Lid goes on. And then she says to blend it for about 30 seconds. That's it. Okay, that was 30 seconds. Let's have a look. Kind of looks like milkshake. Okay, so now she says to spray the tray with some oil. This is to help the parchment paper stick. Push that down. Then she says this is really important. You need to spray it again so it doesn't stick. And then she just pours her batter into the tray. There's all my seasonings. Looks good to me. So then she bakes this in the oven at 180 degrees for 35 to 40 minutes, then lets it cool fully. So we shall be back. While our wrap is cooling down, I'm gonna prepare our filling. So she uses avocado. So I'm just gonna slice that. And tomato. Use this big juicy one. These smell good. Our cottage cheese wrap is now fully cool and it kind of looks like a Yorkshire pudding. Like when it first came out of the oven, it was puffed up a bit more. So let's see if we can remove it. Oh, easy. Oh, and it's quite flexible as well. Oh, look at it, all the seasonings are at the bottom. I feel like I should just maybe flip this out, because I don't want it to break by folding it yet. There we go. Kind of looks like an omelette. For the rest of the filling, she also fries an egg, so let's set that to the side. Bring this in, set that on medium. Give that a little spray, and crack in an egg. Add some salt, and some pepper. We'll just put on the lid. I'm just gonna cook this a little bit on the other side. Perfect. Now let's build our wrap. So I'm gonna scoop out our avocado onto one side. Then I'm gonna lay on our tomato. That'll do. Give them a bit of salt. Add our egg and some spring onion. And she drizzles some sauce on this side, but I'm not sure what the sauce was, so I'm gonna use sriracha mayo. It's so orange. And then we just fold it over. It worked! Very big wrap. Okay. Oh dear. This is quite difficult to pick up. How are we supposed to eat this? This is kind of falling apart. Oh no. Okay, taste test. Not bad. I'm gonna try the wrap on its own. It's all right. It just tastes a bit eggy. It kind of just tastes like a eggy kind of omelette wrap. And I can definitely taste the cottage cheese. Okay, I'm gonna try and roll it. Oh, no, that doesn't work. This is a little bit of a disaster, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, let's rate it. Ease and quickness. It wasn't quick. It took 40 minutes in the oven, followed by like an hour to cool down. And then ease. It was easy to make. It just wasn't easy to eat. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 10. For taste, I'd give the thing as a whole with the fillings and the sauce and everything, maybe like a 6.5. The actual cottage cheese wrap, I'm gonna have to give it a 4. It wasn't great. The next recipe I'm gonna be testing out is the extremely viral salmon and rice by Emilymariko, and this video has over 85.3 million views. So she starts off with some cooked salmon. So I have some honey roast salmon here, which sounds quite nice. I've seen this recipe over and over for years now, but I've never actually tried it. So I thought, this is my chance. Let's see if it's actually any good. Okay, so she places that on a plate and then she just kind of mashes it with a fork to break it up. I'm not sure if she had the skin on or not, but it's coming off, so let's put that to the side. Oh, if I had a cat, they would love this. Guys, can you convince my husband that we should get a cat? It's proven very difficult. Oh. He doesn't want to get cat hair everywhere, and I don't really want a hairless cat. I'm not the biggest fan of salmon, I'm not gonna lie. As you saw in my last video, if you watched it, I wasn't a huge fan of that like salmon, sushi, cucumber salad. So I don't know if I'm gonna love this or not, to be honest. That looks good. So then she pours it into a dish. Then she has some cooked rice and she scoops that on top. So I've just got some microwave rice here, which is Tilda sticky rice. So I'm just gonna gently place that on top. Just try and break that up a bit. Oh, will we? Okay, maybe I'll do that with my hands. There you go. Then she places a single ice cube just in the middle of the rice. So I guess just like nestle it in there. And I'm assuming this is to keep it moist. Then she places some parchment paper on top. Kind of gives it a little scrunch. Now she microwaves it to heat it up. The instructions on this packet are 800 watts, 90 seconds. So let's start with that and we'll make sure it's all warmed through. All right, so this went in for a total of 2 minutes 20. So let's see if it's ready. Okay, that looks cooked. And we still have a baby ice cube. I guess we discard this. All right, so now she tops it with some mayo. I don't know if she uses regular mayo, but this is all I could find. So a drizzle of that. Looks kind of good. A drizzle of sriracha. And a drizzle of soy sauce. And then she gives that a good mix. Oh, it smells good. This kind of looks delicious and gross all at the same time. Let's add the toppings. She slices up an avocado. Let's just squeeze that out into our dish. Then she puts some kimchi into a little dish. I'm not sure how I feel about kimchi, but I'm gonna give it a go. And then she eats it with some seaweed. So let's rip the top off these. Oh, these are so delicate. perfect slices. I'm gonna cut these into smaller slices. Now, she uses chopsticks to eat this, so I'm gonna use some from my local takeaway. And she kind of puts a bit of everything in one bite. So we'll go with a couple of bits of avocado, a little bit of kimchi. Then she places one of these on top. Now, how do I use chopsticks? Yep, yes. Now, how do I fit this in my mouth? I'm just gonna go for it, okay? Oh no. Okay, this might be too big. This might be too much. I'm gonna need to pack it on a little bit more. Where's my fork? Oh dear. Yes, okay, this looks manageable. Oh my God, it's so fishy. But it's nice. I like the avocado. Okay, I'm gonna try, scrap those, I'm using a fork. I'm gonna try a bit of the salmon, a bit of the kimchi, and a bit of the avocado on its own. That's actually really nice. Not too fishy without the seaweed. I don't usually mind the seaweed, but I think maybe with the combination of other things like the salmon, it just made it a little bit too fishy for me. It's got a tiny bit of a kick as well, but not so much that it's off-putting as someone that doesn't like spice very much. I do really like this. I'm gonna be ranking all of these recipes on ease and quickness and on taste. So for ease and quickness, I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. It was super quick and easy, especially if you buy the rice in a packet and you buy the salmon pre-cooked as well. And I'm gonna give the taste a 7.5 out of 10. I do really like it. I probably would make this again, but it's not 100% my palate. That's the only reason why it's losing points. But if you love fishier things and sushi, then you'll absolutely love this. All right, moving on to the next one. This next recipe is for sweet potato burgers. And the first video I saw, which has 10.4 million views, kind of uses slices as the buns. Then I saw another video and it made sweet potato waffles. So I bought this. It's a mini waffle maker and this is gonna be our burger buns. I'm so excited for this. So we need to start with mashed sweet potatoes. So I'm just gonna peel this. Then I'm just gonna slice it into cubes. Get rid of the ends. So I've just added my potato cubes to a pan of boiling water here, and I'm just gonna let them cook through until they're nice and soft. So about 12 to 15 minutes. These have had 12 minutes now, so let's see if they're soft. Just gonna give them a little stab with a knife. Oh, yeah, they're soft. Lovely. All right, heat goes off. I'm just gonna drain them and pour these back into our pan. And then we're just gonna give them a good mash. Oh yeah, lovely. Let's season them. So I'm gonna be adding some salt, some black pepper. And I really liked it in the last video when the sweet potato cubes for the hot honey beef bowl had cinnamon on. So I thought we could add a little sprinkle of cinnamon as well. And I'm just gonna give this a little stir through. Oh, that smells so good. Cinnamon. Okay, that looks good. So I'm gonna let them cool for a bit because we need to add an egg and I don't want the egg to scramble if this is too hot. So I'm just gonna set it aside to cool for like 20 minutes or so. Our sweet potato has now cooled down, so I'm gonna add in our egg. Oh, brilliant. This is really going well. At least it was a big bit of shell that fell in. All right, let's give this a little mixy mix until it's combined. So the egg is used as our binding ingredient, so it sticks together in our waffle maker. Perfect. All right, let's plug in our little waffle maker. The light has gone off and it's clicked at me, so I imagine it's now ready. Just so cute. So I'm gonna spray it with a little bit of oil. I'm not sure if it needs this or not, but I feel like it's what I should do. Oh, got enough oil there. All right, let's scoop this in. I'm not really sure how much I need. Don't want it to ooze over the edges. Let me give it a little spread out. Okay, let's try that. We just hope for the best. It's giving off aroma, so I'm gonna open it. Ow, it's hot. I'm gonna go get an oven glove. Safety first. Oh. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Okay, let's see if I can get this out. Oh no, it needs longer, doesn't it? It's a bit squishy still. A little bit longer. Okay, I've managed to get underneath it. Oh no, it's breaking. Oh, come on. Ow, 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 ow. Yes, yes. Ah! It's so cute. Let's make another one. Our sweet potato waffles are now cooked, and I would be lying if I said this was successful. This one came out well first time. This one took me 4 attempts. 4 attempts. The rest of them just stuck to the waffle maker. So this won't be ranking highly on ease. I should have just sliced them and roasted them like in the other video, but it's fine. We're just gonna set those aside and move on. Let's make the burger sauce. Mayonnaise, ketchup, and mustard. Just give those a little mix. And I'm just gonna spread this on each half of our potato waffles. The good thing about waffles is they have all those little holes in to hold extra sauce. There we go, and now we'll just set these aside and bring in our stove. Let's cook the burgers. So I'm gonna turn my heat onto a medium-high heat, and I'm just gonna spray it with oil. I dropped this and broke it earlier. Okay, it's not working. Oh yes, okay. Oh, it's coming out funny, but it's fine. So I have 15% fat steak mince here. I'm gonna take half what I got left and just roll it into a ball. I'm gonna make these smash burgers. Okay, so be careful when you do this. Place it in the pan and smash it down. You want it to be nice and thin. Season with salt and pepper. Then you're gonna flip it over. Perfect. And put a slice of American cheese on top. And then put the lid on top. Just gonna let the cheese melt and the burger cook. Okay, amazing. Let's take that off there. And then we're gonna place it on top of our little patty. Ah, it's the perfect size. And then exactly the same with the next patty. And then I'm just gonna add some pickles to the top. I like pickles in a burger, or gherkins, burger gherkins. This one feels quite big, but that's fine. Can't believe how quickly I've gone through these. It's because I've been making cheeseburger bowls. And then we just put our other waffle on the top. How cute is that? All right. Time for a taste test. So it's holding together just. I could have added some lettuce and tomato to this for extra nutrients, but I didn't have any lettuce and I just decided to go with a classic, you know? So let's give it a go. This is so messy. The actual burger part, like the beef and the cheese and the sauce and the pickles, is so good. I just don't know about the waffles. They're just so mushy and they're falling apart. All right, let's give it a rating. For ease and quickness, if the waffles turned out well first time with no hassle, then I would have ranked it higher because the whole thing is kind of easy. Definitely not as easy as just whacking a burger in a bun, but because the waffles didn't work out, I'm gonna have to give it like a 3 out of 10. I wouldn't make it again just because of how much faff it was. Taste, I can't just go on how good the burger is. I need to go on how good like the waffles are, because that's the only bit we've changed. Otherwise I would have just used bread. I'm gonna give the actual waffles like a 6 out of 10, but then the burger as a whole, I'd give like a 7.5. All right, I'm gonna go eat more of my mushy burger and we shall move on to the next one. Oh dear, it's properly falling apart. Also, I just wanna say that there is nothing wrong with bread. Everything in moderation, guys. The next recipe I'm gonna be testing out is for salmon crispy rice, and this video has over 9 million views. So the first thing she does is makes a block of this sticky rice. So I just used the Tilda sticky rice. I popped it in the microwave until it was done. I then placed it on the cling film, formed it into this shape, and then wrapped it up, popped it in the fridge for about 3 hours. So now it is done. It is stuck together. We're gonna unwrap it. And then she just cuts it into bite-sized pieces. So I reckon if we go down the middle, there we go. And then, how many do you reckon? Let's just cut them into blocks here. So one there, and like that. Then she places it in her air fryer. So just like that. There we go. She also says you can give them a light spray with oil. And then she air fries these for 20 minutes at 180. I'm gonna go do this in the other room so it doesn't make too much noise. While our rice is cooking, I'm gonna make the salmon topping. So we need cooked salmon. So let's put this in our bowl and take off the skin. And just break that out with a fork. Then she adds some mayo, whoa, some sriracha, and some soy sauce. So this is very similar to the salmon and rice we made earlier. That'll do. She also adds in some spring onion. Chop that nice and finely. And then mix that all together. There we go, that looks good to me. Now I'm just gonna cut up some avocado into cubes. Our crispy rice is now done, so let's take a look. Ooh, looks pretty good, you know? Yep, definitely crispy. All right, so let's transfer these onto this little plate here. I just want to eat the rice as it is. Then she adds the salmon topping. Ooh, there we go. Perfection. And then she puts a little cube of avocado on at the top of each. This is very fancy, isn't it? What's that fancy sushi place called? Nobu. I feel like I'm at Nobu. Then she sprinkles on some sesame seeds. Oh dear, might be going a bit overboard here. Then she grabs a bit of nori and she kind of folds it around the rice like this. I should have taken the top off my teriyaki sauce before I tried to pick it up. And she drizzles a little bit of teriyaki sauce on top. Oh yeah, so fancy. Okay, let's give it a go. It's so crispy. I'm gonna ditch the seaweed again and just go for a naked bite. I'm starting to think maybe I just don't like seaweed very much. I don't like fishy fish, and it kind of tastes a bit like that, but I very much like this recipe. It was quick, it was pretty easy, and it was delicious. And it feels very fancy. Like if you wanted something to bring to a dinner party to impress your guests, or you wanted to romanticize your lunch or dinner, this is it. For ease and quickness, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. And for taste, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. All right, let's move on to the next one. The next recipe we're gonna be testing now is a loaded taco potato bowl, which has 5.3 million views. He starts off by peeling and cubing his potatoes. Just gonna tip these into our air fryer. I'm gonna give these a little spray with oil. Then he seasons the potato with salt, garlic powder, oregano, and paprika. And we'll give these a good shake. They look good. Then he cooks these. I'm gonna do it in the air fryer at about 180 for about 20 minutes or until they're soft and crispy. While the potatoes are cooking, he makes a salsa. So red onion. I would use my little salad chopper for this, but I don't have the fine grater. You know, like the, what's it called? Grid. I don't have the fine grid. And I just think the chunky one is too chunky, even for a chunky salsa. I can tell this is a really strong onion because it's making my nose like tingle, but because I'm wearing contact lenses, it's not making me cry. Honestly, this is a cheat code to cutting onions because if I wasn't wearing my contact lenses right now, I would be blubbering, honestly. I feel like I don't need all this onion. I don't know why I cut up the whole thing. Like I'm only making 2 bowls. Now I'm gonna dice up a tomato. Now I'm gonna add a squeeze of lime and some coriander. He also adds a bit of salt and just mix that all together. There we go, and that is our fresh chunky salsa. Our potatoes are almost done now, so we're gonna cook the taco beef. So I have 5% lean beef mince here. Just gonna spray our pan. In that goes. And I'm just gonna break that up. Now I'm gonna add our taco seasoning. I found it. It was in the fajita and taco section, not with the other seasonings. So I'm just gonna sprinkle some of that on and just continue cooking that. That's almost done. So now I'm gonna add tomato puree and just mix that in. That looks good to me. So I'm gonna turn off the heat and I've just heard that our potatoes are ready. Our potatoes are ready, so let's take a look. Ooh, delicious. Nice and crispy. All right, so let's pour some of the potatoes into a bowl. Then he adds some beef to the top. Then he adds the salsa. Yum. Then he adds some sriracha mayo over the top nicely. Beautiful. Then he also says you can optionally add some guacamole. So I'll just put some of that on the top. And some sour cream, which is my favorite. I love sour cream. Ta-da! I would say that looks pretty good. Let's dig in. That's good. It does really taste like tacos. All the flavors are there and the salsa makes it taste super fresh. All right, let's rate it. For ease, it wasn't super quick or easy, but it's definitely easy enough for a weeknight meal. So I'm gonna give it a 7.5. And for taste, I really enjoy this. I would just say the taco seasoning and the sriracha mayo is a little bit spicy for me. I am such a baby, okay? Don't listen to me when it comes to spice, but I would still give it an 8.5 out of 10. I would make this again. So guys, that is the end of today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. It is now 8 p.m. and this is gonna be mine and Bernie's dinner for tonight. I would say this video wasn't quite as successful as the last one, but I'm gonna go again and I'm gonna find even more great, healthy meal ideas. So stay tuned, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.